Hey, what's going on, everybody?
It's King Sway and Princess Sway.
King Sway and Princess Sway, as she said. Uh, Happy Halloween, by the way.
It's
This
Halloween
yeah,
today.
this particular kill count we're getting to came out yesterday, but I had to work late and I was tired, and she was asleep by the time I got home. So I'm not gonna wake her up just to do a video. But
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
I have a Wonder Woman doll because I like Wonder Woman.
Stand up 1 second, baby. Wonder Woman with all her crazy hair. But
I never leave a brush. I only leave it crazy.
yeah, until I do it and I hit you with the ponytail. But today we have Stranger Things Season 2, Part 2 on the kill count. So, let's jump into this and see how crazy it gets.
It's not crazy.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror media. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're gonna finish up Stranger Things 2.
I like the fact that he
released
kept
to
the same
Netflix
t-shirt.
2017. Let's get back to the kills.
And the maps are cool too.
We last
You
left
need
off
that
with Will
paper?
Byers in a bad way, and things aren't getting better for the little guy at Hawkins' lab.
Where's it hurt the most, Will?
Man, this poor kid just can't catch a break, and his poor mom can't catch any answers.
What is wrong with my boy?
She catches Bob up on all the season 1 stuff he missed and apologizes that he's mixed up in their wild lives now. That's okay, Joyce, as long as y'all never forget his name.
Who's that?
Bob, dude. Steve drives to Dustin's house, blaring Queen, and breaks out his old friend the Nailbat after Dustin says he'll need it for his dart. Too bad that molten son of a gun has successfully broken free of captivity. Damn it, Dustin. I told you it was
It
weird
should.
that Dart had a Rita Hayworth poster.
It's
Now that
snake
darn Dart
skin.
could be anywhere.
I
Murray
think.
Bowman makes a copy of the tape Nancy made at
Maybe
Hawkins'
from
lab, and
Yeti.
together, he, Nancy, and Jonathan
Yeti's
make a
away.
bunch of duplicates to mail to various newspapers. Hey Murray, you getting these kids drunk in your basement? Little weird, dude.
Take my guest room.
Lot of weird, dude. When they tell him they're just friends, he laughs in their faces and says they're clearly in love. After all, they've got the strongest bond of all.
Shared trauma.
His armchair psychoanalysis is a bit off-putting, since he's essentially egging a couple of teens on to fuck.
Cut the bullshit and share the damn bed.
But his words affect them both deeply, and before you know it, Nancy and Jonathan are sucking face in a conspiracy theory.
Knew it was gonna happen.
They share an awkward breakfast the next morning with Bowman, who exhibits a lack of tact as well as an inability to properly get food into his mouth.
How was the pullout?
Sorry?
The sofa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was good.
Why?
I bet. Oops.
One of my favorite behind-the-scenes fun facts is
Why
that
does
that
he have
egg
that
drop was
paper?
accidental. The actors
looks
just
weird.
rolled with it, though
That
you
looks
can't
like
seem to
this
tell your
in the
Dyer start to
paper.
laugh in the tape.
Not yet.
Lucas Radio's
That pull-out gang
upstairs
joke was pretty fire,
to
though.
meet him and Steve.
Steve Harrington?
Yeah, motherfucker, Steve the Hair Harrington. Before he goes there, he swings by Max's place, a supremely unwise move considering Billy's just inside doing supersets on his biceps and lungs. Lucas tells Max he has proof of everything.
Those are
he
big,
told
big
you.
old 25ers. Mine are big like that, but they're 45s.
It's bike kid time. Hopper gets all the
Yeah.
upside down
Daddy
clothes
gets
off
blue
of him
ones.
before he's instructed
Yeah,
to
my
suit
blue
up
ones are
and go
25s. They're
exploring with
smaller.
Dr. Owens in a rickety cave elevator. Elevator? They go down deep below, past a massive fissure, and Owen shows him their dilemma. The upside down is spreading out further and further, but they can't contain it with fires because it'll hurt that little boy Byers. Will is having a hard time recognizing anyone who's not his mom or Mike, and of course he's gonna remember Finn Wolfhard. Kid was an it. They decide to test Will's reaction to some sludge serum and quickly confirm that he's got a physical connection to the upside down.
Where?
Everywhere!
Owens concludes that Will has some sort of virus, one that's using him to communicate to the rest of a giant hive mind.
Good news is that the virus can be cured.
Yeah, eventually, Steve and Dustin are walking along railroad tracks, chumming it up in more ways than one, as Harrington tries to give the younger boy relationship advice pertaining to Max.
Kiwi girls just acting like you don't care.
Oh yeah, I forgot Steve Harrington's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
He's also still reeling
Be totally
from his breakup with
aloof.
Nancy,
That's
so,
exactly
not the
what
best
works.
headspace to talk love lives. Still, it's sweet how much he wants to help
It doesn't,
Dustin,
baby.
even sharing
It
with him
doesn't.
some hair care secrets.
Farrah Fawcett spray?
Yeah.
Smokey's looking
You
big.
tell anyone I just told you that, and your ass is grass.
Smokey.
The doctors at Hawkins' lab look at some Byers
You
brain
getting fat?
scans and see some bad news.
By
But
your
some
own
of them
food.
just want to get back to burning the Upside Down to contain its spread.
And if it kills the boy?
Then
Then
quite
it kills
frankly,
the boy.
Sam, it kills him.
Owens tells that guy to fuck off, and
Yep.
hopefully it won't even come to all of that. Because Will just told Mike that
A bad guy with a conscience.
stop the shadow.
Or a heart.
Using photographs
Both.
of the tunnel
Whatever.
Will figures out a
But
likely
Daddy,
location of the
there's a
shadow.
hat,
So a
yes.
bunch of scientists arm
What?
themselves
No.
with guns and head into the tunnels to put an end to the upside down nuisance. Dustin takes Steve to the junkyard from season 1, and they're shortly joined by Lucas and Max, who Dustin is just so happy to see together. Really, it's awesome. Super cool.
What's
Before
he
they get to
doing
work
with her?
purifying a bomb,
What's he
Will and
doing
Barry
with her?
hoping to lure the dreaded dart to them so they can
How
take
easy.
care of it.
What?
once and
Are
for
they
all.
trying to charbroil that?
Friggin'
Yes.
Boss Fortress looks cozy
I said
as all
charbroil.
hell.
Yeah.
As long as no one farts in there. Dustin overplays the whole pretend not to care about Max thing, so she leaves him and climbs up to the roof of the bus. Over an eerie junkyard fog, she opens up to Lucas and talks about her troubled family life, including how Billy is abusive towards her. Awful to hear, but at least these two are forming a healthy relationship.
I like talking with you, Mad Max.
I like talking with you, Stalker.
They hear a demogorgic noise and spot themselves a demodog, but when the predatory pup doesn't take the bait, Steve steps outside to offer some encouragement, not realizing that Dart rolled in with the crew. Aw, these dogs
Oh,
are
yeah.
hunters.
No.
Demoraptors. The bus fortress
Demodog.
holds, save for one
Demodog.
short-sized sunroof, but something calls the demodogs
That's very
away,
funny.
just barely saving the
Demodog.
lives of Steve, Dustin, and the scared lovebirds crushing on each other.
They're going somewhere.
They're going straight to where the Hawkins Lab scientists are, because it turns out those dudes weren't being led to an attack site. Instead, the Shadow Monster was using Will as a spy, and that little Benedict Bullcut led them straight into a trap. I like the difference in monsters between seasons 1 and 2. While the Demogorgon was frequently
Is there-
compared to a shark,
there
a hungry
gonna be a
animal acting on
big
instinct, the Shadow Monster is a
tentacle
sentient being
coming
with plans and
through
goals,
and grabbing the
even if we
boy.
don't always understand that. Wine shots
I
and
told
radar
you.
clips both confirm that there are 7 Hawkins Lab scientists
told you.
who get ambushed
There's
by
a
demodogs
tentacles
and killed
moving.
one by one.
course.
With flashlights falling to the ground as they die.
Like it.
Huh, something about this feels familiar, huh, Burke? Owens. And the bad news just keeps getting worse, because the demodogs keep on coming and are now climbing straight up into Hawkins Lab itself. What a super exciting time to cut to something completely different. Terry Ives is still repeating her version of the Lost Numbers, which has left her nose bloody and her daughter confused. Eleven wants to find the other little girl from her mom's memories, and after she and her Aunt Becky discover some relevant files, Elle goes to look for her in the void. Ah, there she is, right at the corner of Nothing Avenue and Flaming Trash Boulevard. Eleven overhears Becky calling the Hawkins PD for help, so she disappears with her aunt's credit cards, not interested in seeing Hopper again. She gets on a bus as a bit too on-the-nose needle drop of Bon Jovi's Runaway takes her next door to the land of Lincoln. Chicago is one big-ass motherfucking city compared to Hawkins. And
Yeah.
it's actually a little jarring to see such a sprawling metropolis in Stranger Things. I can't say they nail it either. I like my 80s urban areas grimy and with way more smoke coming from manholes. Step it up now, duffers! Eleven eventually traverses the seedier parts of town and winds up at a warehouse where she runs into that overly 80s gang of punks, the ones who kicked this season off. Spiky-haired Axel pulls a spiky switchblade on the young girl, but then he sees spiders all over his hand and backs off. The spiders were just mind spiders, courtesy of Kali, who quickly learns that Eleven's got some superpowers too. And matching birth tattoos. Look at that.
Sister. Sister.
Never knew how much I missed you. Kali, aka 8, tells Jane, aka 11, that she should use her gifts freely, just like she uses hers.
I can make people see or not see whatever I choose.
Check it out, a Coachella butterfly! Hey, don't swat a Coachella fly. Quit poking my face. God! The two of them bond immediately
very
because
colorful
probably
butterfly.
lonely.
Yeah.
Super
It
science
turns
guinea
Kali's
pigs.
eggs
And though
into
Kali's crew makes fun of the newcomers, she
Exploit.
tells them that her
I'll see
sister's
what I can do.
powers could be useful.
She can find people without moving, with nothing but an image.
Kali introduces Eleven to her band of merry misfits. Axel, we already know. Dottie is the material girl. Mick is their protector. And Funshine is their lovable
Dude,
warrior.
big.
Nice to meet you, Miss Jane.
None of them have superpowers, heroes like Kali or El, but they are outcasts
Why
of
is this so
society,
big?
and they take their frustrations
Dude works out a lot
from
more than I do.
scientists who worked at Hawkins' lab.
You hurt the
Probably can
Batman?
literally eat a
Yeah,
horse.
Al, they fucking murder them in their
'Cause
doorways
I eat a
like
lot.
they were Gail goddamn Bedecker. Kali says these people deserve
So
to
you
die
don't
for
get
what they
sick.
did to kids like
Well, yeah,
them.
I'm
And if Al is
hypoglycemic.
willing to
I have to eat every
help,
couple
all
hours
they
or I
need
get
is a
sick.
training montage
Yeah.
to strengthen her force powers. Move that
You
trailer
know
now,
what's
girl. Do or do
Oh
not.
my
There
God.
is no try. Under Kali's direction, 11 channels anger from her memories and flexes her mind muscles in a showcase that gets those punks real excited. Elle takes a look at Kali's
I just
most
noticed the
wanted
dude. I was just about to say the dude has the bald guy, the big guy. He's got all his hair in a Q-tail, a big old Q-tail.
Ray Carroll
But
figures out where
she
he is
says
doing
just
her
like my
voice.
dad.
Nice job, Elle. You just earned yourself a metropolitan
Because he wants to get
makeover.
Bitchin'. Bitchin'.
Hey, we try not to curse around her. She tends to just repeat things. The punks walk
She's very
out to the
impressionable.
van in slow motion, looking very intentionally like the Warriors from the 1979.
Warriors,
I mentioned in the season 1 video
come
that
out
the show
and
doesn't depict the 80s as
play.
they actually were, but rather the 80s how they're portrayed and
How do
remembered
you
in
know
popular
that?
culture. Nowhere
Daddy's
is
seen
that
some
more
stuff.
apparent than in this episode, which many people think was made as a backdoor pilot, an episode of an established show meant to launch a spin-off series. Perhaps the
Latest
Duffers wanted to make their own
spin-off
X-Men-like
series.
adventures starring the other numbered superheroes from Hawkins' lab. But critical and fan reaction to this episode was negative enough for them to drop it. Kali and her crew don't appear in season 3, and I don't know if we'll ever be seeing them again. They get to Ray's house and put on their best trick-or-treating faces, then telekineticize their way into his apartment. As Axel and Dottie rob him, Kali and Eleven confront Ray, played by Pruitt Taylor Vince, who had a small role at the end of Bird Box. Kali reminds him who they are, and the girls take turns beating him up, not listening to his Nuremberg defense of just following orders. He also offers to take them to Brenner,
Papa is gone.
No, he is alive.
and that, along with the Duffers confirming that he's still alive, is why I didn't include Brenner on the
I
kill
think I
count.
saw him in the last
At
movie.
Kali's urging, Eleven uses her powers to strangle Ray, though she stops when she sees a picture of his daughters, who Axel just found, calling the police. Since Kali doesn't believe in half measures, she tries to finish Ray off herself, but Eleven stops her with her mind. With the cops arriving, the punks are forced to
Yeah, I
flee,
remember she was, like,
Ray
really extreme.
joining the kill count. Kali's not too pleased about that.
If you wanted to show mercy, that is your choice. But don't you ever take away
He had two
Yeah,
daughters,
Elle
I think.
might not want to piss off someone named after the
That
Hindu
guy.
goddess who's the destroyer of worlds.
Not
Back at
she,
Punktopia,
but
Kali tells Eleven about
She
how
does.
she escaped Hawkins' lab using her powers and has been a vigilante orphan ever since. But
Yeah.
Elle might not want that kind of life, even if it would supposedly avenge her mother. She might just want a life with friends who care about her and Papa police chiefs who dance. In the Void, she sees Mike trying to warn the others about the incoming Demodogs. But her Void visit is interrupted by a bunch of cops looking to cuff themselves some punks. Kali uses her powers to camouflage them, and they're able to get away, though not without shots being exchanged. Nothing a little magic wall
The
camera
cops
says.
can't
The punks
see
are ready to hit the road, but
when
since her
you
friends are in danger,
camouflage.
11 decides to go square and runs off on her own as the punks flee the
But
police.
why did
Sorry
she
for
run
your
up
loss,
the
Kali.
They'd have put plugs through it in that car.
Okay,
Yeah.
back to Stranger Things.
Why
the
did you
Demodogs have finished their
run
ascent and are
out
not
the
very good
car?
boys at all. Calm down, little
That's my
doggies. As
favorite
Owens
here.
releases
There
the
might
cabin
be
monsters,
Demogorgon.
the dogs break through straight into
Outside
bedlock
the-
and corner a bunch
Like
of
that?
red shirts wearing white coats in an
Yes,
elevator.
yes.
No need
Nerds
to
wearing
assume
white
anything
coats.
Here, folks. We get confirmation that those 6 people are
Like they always
dead by
do.
dawn. That's my favorite Beagle Dead movie. Since Will's a little spy boy, Mike determines that they should put him to sleep and cause the shadow monster to lose its intel. But are we sure Will's not himself right now?
Your mom!
The real Will would never tell a yo mama joke.
Hold
We're
him
not
down.
telling
Yep,
my
mouthing
mom
off to
this.
Joyce Byers, that's a needling. Hop shows up to rescue everyone and runs through the hectic hallways, witnessing one dude getting his face nommed out.
Nom nom nom.
Son, that's not good. Oh my god! Okay, editor Josh and I counted 15 bodies on these monitors, including a handful only shown for a few frames. We do the damn job, okay? The power goes out at Hawkins' lab, which also locks everyone inside. Inside with more dead people like these 4 in a hallway, along with the Demodogs who caused them. Though Hop wants to play the hero, as per usual, this latest problem involves resetting a computer system using BASIC.
It's a computer programming language.
All right, teach it to me.
Shall I teach you French while I'm at it, Jim?
Sounds like this is more of a job for Super Bob.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
Are you
but
okay?
is it, Bob?
Yeah.
Because you're walking past
You
a
just
dead
fix
body
it.
right now. So, is it gonna be okay?
The heck are
Billy
you
gets
doing,
ready
Smokey?
for his night, listening to
Get
Kill
down.
'Em All Metallica. But when his dad and stepmom come home and find Max missing, we get a good look as to where Billy gets his abusive tendencies from. Yo, Dad Stash, you're creating a cycle here. Knock it off. Though it doesn't excuse his actions, I
That's
like
the
that the
same
show
guy that he was
contextualizes
working out.
Billy's evilness.
That's
That's
the
good
same
character
guy.
writing there. We get a Stand By Me.
Yeah,
United
you can't excuse it,
wherein
but you can
Steve
understand it now.
that Dustin had been keeping
Who's
dark.
I
the
abuse
red-
people to feel strong because I feel weak when someone abuses me.
Who's the girl that has orange
Steve hears an
hair?
excuse
That's Max.
to leave these angry adolescents, and they follow scary Demodog sounds to Hawkins' lab, which is where Nancy and Jonathan just arrived, having returned to Hawkins from their sex vacation. And
He doesn't have his bat.
Awkward. Bob's boxer brown and
That's
basic
very
mission
awkward.
takes him past two bodies that
Maybe
I
that
already counted from the
guy
monitors
with
as he
the
turns the
strong
power back
muscles
on and gets to the
can
lab's
fit
computer
past
system
him.
center. Because Bob's a badass, he rises to the occasion and resets the system.
Easy peasy.
Son of a bitch did it.
On the newly rebooted monitors, Owen sees a Demodog and a new body in a stairwell that's pretty close to Bob. Bob distracts the dogs away by triggering a sprinkler system, hoping to catch up with the others who are
Why'd you
already
leave the
out in
go-
the lobby, along with 6 new bodies for me to add to the
Dermot.
count. As Owens guides Bob through the facility using the monitors, we see 6 new background bodies laying around in the halls and leaning up against the walls. After some minor setbacks, Bob finally gets out to the lobby where Joyce is waiting for him. Whew, he made it!
Demogorgon.
Oh, come on! In a kill as inevitable as it is
And then it's
heartbreaking,
gonna
Bob
eat its
Newby
guts.
becomes dog food.
Guts.
Thanks.
And
I
then
hate it. I said
everyone
thanks, I
loves
hate it, Duffers. I didn't need this extended shot here. Shit. Bob Newby was always written to die, but originally it was going to
If you
happen a
wonder
lot
what that
earlier in the season.
means,
As with
that's
many other
fake.
characters, the casting influenced the writing. And because of the affable Sean Astin, the Duffers greatly expanded the role. His hero's death, evocative of Quince and Jaws, was
Why
going
is
to be a
she
bit
spitting
more
out
bloody
something?
before they toned it down. Because, come on, man, that shit's sad. Also,
They should. Well, I wish they would have left it
obviously
with.
digital at
Yeah.
the end, Sean Astin suggested they use a physical
Here's that.
stand-in for his death scene based on his experience
That
shooting
guy,
Lord of the
that
Rings.
was
Staff
so
writer
good.
Kate Schriefry happened to be on set that day, and, being the right size, jumped at the opportunity to stand in for a Demodog. Jonathan and Nancy pull up to the lab to save everyone from the Demodogs, and together they head back to the buyer's house so Joyce can have a good cry. Me too, Joyce. Me too. And in case Bob's death wasn't sad enough already, Mike adds an extra dollop of pathos to the pile.
Did you guys know that Bob was the original founder of Hawkins AV?
Bob was OG. Mike, finally given something to do in this season, has the idea that if they defeat the Shadow Monster inside of Will, its destruction
Shadow
will stop all the Demodogs as well, since they're connected
That
through the
was
Hive.
the
It's the thing that controls everything. It's the
Yep.
brain.
Like the Mind Flayer.
Finally, I can
that
stop
from
saying
when
Shadow
that
Monster
one
and call it the frickin' Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer, according to Dustin
Who's
and D&D,
Mind
is an
Flayer?
ancient superior being who wants to
Illithid,
use
or is
inferior
it Ithalith?
creatures like humans to take over other dimensions. And the key to
I know what
defeating
a
it
Mind
may
Flayer
be
is.
to
I
talk about
actually.
Get on the couch.
The camera is propped up on some of my D&D
They
books.
figure he can't espionage
This
if he
is-
don't know
this
where he
is
is,
what
so
they
they
were
black
reading
out his
about.
shed and turn
Yeah,
it into
I'll show
a
you.
GPS
Yup.
block.
The guy with
And
with the
sick
tentacles on his
Demodogs
mouth,
someone
and they
who
eat
knows
brains.
where they are. Great job,
I don't know why
everyone.
they eat
That little
brains.
kid's gonna
Maybe
be
to
totally
get-
lost when he regains consciousness. All right, wake up now, little kid.
Wake up! His eyes are turning black.
Huh, maybe let's put him back down again. His tantrum subsides, and Joyce begins looking for the real Will Byers.
You can tell his eyes aren't the right color. Like, yeah.
Love. Jonathan jumps in with his own
That
story,
isn't
kind of
him.
looking like a gorilla's character while he tells it. And
Oh,
when she tells
his
him
eyes are
what's
really
to
just
say,
I asked if
messed
you wanted
up
to be
colored
my
like
friend.
that. Maybe it's the lighting.
You said yes.
though Will's words are still the mind.
Why is
players,
there
I can't tell if those are content right now.
contact?
Morse code.
Everyone knows but you, Steve. The
Or
Kings
just
score a
a
group effort as everyone tries to interpret these buyers' beeps and dashes. But right as they learn that Will's telling them to close gate, Joyce's phone goes off, letting Will know where he is. Oh man, they're gonna have a dog problem now for sure.
Was that little boy
Summoning the
crying from
Demodogs.
his other eye?
Everyone
Probably.
gathers in the living room with the
My man has a
weapons
friggin'
sufficient.
slingshot. Okay, Naruto.
Doorknob there, Mike. And before long, a Demodog is thrown through the window. A dead
I was gonna say,
Demodog.
what is this,
How could that
It?
have happened?
But
Well, it wasn't one
No,
the
thing.
wolf guard, the
that's
wolf guard
that
kid.
girl.
Fucking
11.
Get an eye
Yes,
full of that
yes,
punk,
yes,
Mike.
that's
He gets it
11.
all.
My girl's back.
Who's that?
Oh.
It's a real nice nice moment. Just
11's back.
watch the nose blood.
Yeah.
Mike gets mad at Hopper for keeping 11 away from him.
You're stupid, disgusting lies, you
He's punching him and then they
Please
trying to
Uppercut!
get him.
Uppercut!
Trying to
Uppercut!
get him hooked.
Man, I would love a
told
hug
you.
from David Harbour. After feeling Justin's showers and Ice shouldering Max aside, 11 goes to the Byers boy's bedside, where she sees that he told them to close the gate.
Now she's gonna
She's the one who
mind
left it open in the
control
first place.
over.
She decides it's time to punk things up. And best get on it fast, Elm, because there's some doggies want to play. One potential problem, though,
Nope.
is if they close
I'm
the
not
gate
gonna
and kill the Mind Flayer,
those
it might kill Will,
Demogorgons
too. 'Cause right now, they're doing a sort of
up
joint
here.
custody
Hold on.
thing with his body. Their solution is to make the Mind Flayer leave Will's body by making it less hospitable. And that means they're gonna have to warm that boy up.
Yeah, you're gonna have
Steve
to, yeah,
tells
'cause
Nancy
the
to go
Mind
help
Flayer likes it
Jonathan
cold.
with the task because he realizes they're together now. And you know what?
It's okay, Nancy.
No, it's not okay.
Steve Harrington is such a good character. I love that guy. Nancy, Joyce, and Jonathan leave with Will as Hopper takes 11 to go close the gate at Hawkins' lab. And everyone else
My little Mind
stay
Flayer.
at the Myers house. Cool. Maybe take care of that dead Demodog 11 left lying around. For this shot, Stustin is handling a practical Demodog head and paw that were 3D printed by the Graphs, and that I would kill to get my hands on. Karen Wheeler has her bubble-soaking good times interrupted by an abusive prick at her door, who instantly charms the MILF out of her.
I'm Nancy's mother. Yes.
Don't blame Karen, though. I mean, the dude literally looks like her book cover hunk come to life. Also, you know, she's married to Ted, the guy who lives his life from a lazy boy. Billy says he's looking for Max and Lucas, and Karen gives him directions to the
I
Myers
love your
house to find
cookies.
them. She hates to see him go,
Yeah.
but she loves to watch him leave. Seems like all the ladies are fond of costume designer Kim Wilcox's work, who had to find the perfect tight retro jeans for Dacre Montgomery to wear. On their way to Hawkins'
Yeah, I
Lab,
don't know why,
Eleven
though.
tells
Dude
Hopper
does no
that she went
squats.
to see her mom. He apologizes for lying,
dad does
saying that her
squats,
mom was
though.
gone, and
I
admits
kinda
that
have
he's
to.
just scared of losing her like he lost his
Sounds
daughter
strong.
Sarah. Since you
Yep.
can't really argue against the whole dead daughter thing, the two of them make up.
I don't hate it, by the way. This whole
Daughter.
look.
I think you're in the minority there, Chief.
He literally said that.
Mike's getting restless at the
And
Byers
then I
house.
said it
Decides that if they
first, and then
distract the
he said
Demodogs,
second.
it'll help out 11 at Hawkins' lab.
He said
Steve,
daughter.
nominally
Yep.
in charge, says that they should just stay
And
put.
I
But
said
dude,
first,
you've
he
got bigger
said
problems to
second.
deal with. Because Billy just rolled up in his
'Cause I
Camaro,
knew
and
what
these
he
two
was
have
gonna
already been
say.
quarreling at school. Billy getting his sweat all over Steve when he's not too busy making sweet trick shots.
Bonk.
That shot was actually a
Thanks,
big deal
guys,
for
Freeman.
Dacre Montgomery,
Yeah.
who didn't play a lot of basketball in real life and who was trained by the guy who played their coach in the show. Everyone was impressed when he made that under the leg shot. Billy
That's
says
impressive.
He's looking for Max, and he knows that she's there because he can see her through the window right now.
Oh, shit.
That moment is so dumb and lazy to me. These kids would be smarter than to sitcom pose at the window for Billy to see them. Billy pushes Steve down and steps inside to beat some adolescent ass. He's just about to pummel Lucas when Steve steps in and interferes.
Nice one.
Man, you don't want him to laugh after you hit him. That's scary as hell. Steve tries his
I've
best,
done that, but that's
Billy
beside the
fights
point.
Dirty, hitting him with a plate that
Oh, come on, you
properly break away
dick
from
move.
giving Joe Keery an
Why
unpleasant
does that look
surprise.
so
With Steve on the
scary?
ground, Billy begins pummeling him in a way you always see in movies and TV shows, even though,
Looks like they're
didn't
having
that
a
kill the person getting hit? Max doesn't want to find out, so she grabs a sedative they had used for Will. Trying to kill Steve Harrington? Oh, you better believe
That's a needling.
With some coaxing, Max gets Billy to agree to leave them alone, then nabs his car keys so they can go on and get. A somehow not brain-damaged Steve comes to and gets some real talk from his new best friend.
I kicked your ass, but you put up a good fight, buddy, okay?
Give him a
Thanks,
shot.
Dusty, but
Because I make him go to sleep for a little bit.
13-year-old driving.
Then
Ah,
he's
the
gonna
old
wake
block
up.
under the shoe
Yep.
trick. Yeah, sure. What could go wrong? Nancy and the Byers family head to Hopper's cabin to try and deflay Will, once again requiring him to not know where he
Oh,
is. They
they
strap
use
him
that
down
on
and
the
turn
boy,
up the
that sleepy
heat.
shot,
That
like-
means both natural and electric,
I
which
mean,
wakes the
they
boy
use
up
that
in a
on
sweaty
me, because
panic. He starts screaming about how much it
Ooh,
hurts, but Joyce wants her baby
Why
back,
is the
so she
kid
just
crying?
turns the heat up. That
Because
causes Mind
the thing
Flayer
inside him,
to
the
go all
Mind Flayer,
rage
the
Harry
scaly
too.
thing, that
He
thing.
breaks from his restraints to grab at Joyce. Hop and 11 get to
Yeah, it
Hawkins'
likes it
lab,
cold.
a place that
So they're
doesn't
warming
have
him
the
up,
best
and it's hurting him.
Doesn't help that there's a chorus of demon dogs inside.
This is what the Mind Flayer
At the bottom
I
of a
just
stairwell,
made that
Hopper
noise.
finds Owens with an injured leg. Since it turns out Owens isn't a total son of a bitch, Hopper fixes him up and introduces him to Eleven.
Maybe when this is all said and done, maybe you could help her out too, you know?
How's that sound, Doc? Think it over. Here's a gun. Max drives the gang to the pumpkin patch where Hopper entered the upside-down tunnels, and although Steve's still trying to stop this whole thing, Dustin tells him to just buckle up for the ride.
Now, I know you promised Nance that you would keep us safe.
Why did Dustin
So keep us safe.
Steve takes his advice and
Paladin.
lead in the tunnels, a spurty location that was at least partially a physical, practical set. Production designer Chris Trujillo built 80,000 square feet of these tunnels on a soundstage, making them fleshy and gross to evoke internal organs. The setting was then enhanced by visual effects that added moving vines and all those spores, which kind of function like the Zerg's creep in StarCraft. They're seeding more upside down as they spread further outward. The party makes its way to a central hub, and, hoping to bring the Demodogs their way, start a fire.
Light her up.
Cool guy lighter flick. Everything starts to happen at once. Will's family and Nance try to fend him off as he gets more wolf-man-y. Hop prepares to pop off at some Demodogs in their way, and Steve tosses his lighter into
Because
the fuel.
they don't
The
like fire. The
resultant
monsters don't
fire
like fire.
affects the entire hive mind,
Except for
including
others.
Will and all those Demodogs.
No, those
So,
ones,
good
see?
job, Mike. Your plan worked. Now get the hell out of there. The Mind Flayer exits Will's body. Nanobots, away! Which finally returns young Will to his mother Joyce. Son! And don't forget Jonathan! Hug me, brother! With Will no longer in danger, Jonathan tells Hopper to close the gate, so he and Eleven descend that rickety elevator, ready to season finale this bitch. Alright,
I feel like
Eleven, show this
something bad.
Mind Flayer that you ain't no punk, no matter how much you look like one. She thinks
That
back to
looks like
Polly telling her how to use her
there's
powers,
gonna be a
I guess
mother.
trying to make that episode matter or something, and draws on her anger to close the massive gate. Elle had better hate in a hurry, because in the tunnels, her friends are fleeing Demodogs. In fact, one very specific Demodog.
Dart.
Dustin knows Dart loved that nougat, so he's able to appease the dog long enough for them to step away. But I hope you brought enough for the whole class. Actually, the other dogs run right past Dustin and Steve, because they've got a bigger fish to fry.
11.
Elle's still
Yep.
trying to close the gate when the Demodogs start leaping towards the elevator like this was the House of the Dead. Make sure to shoot off screen to reload, Chief. Good thing Eleven's having herself a making
I used to play that
memory
game.
montage. It allows her to rise into the
My
air
daddy
and
likes
fend
that
off the
game.
Mind Flayer as it comes at her with a tendril of ashy particles. The final boss
Why should
battle
I-
took place in the only fully CG environment of the season, with visual effects
Because
done by
it's the
Atomic
monster trying to
Fiction,
get to him,
who
but he
also
can't
handled
because Elle's
things
strong.
Like the upside-down school hallways and the disappearing into dust bomb that Eleven encountered in the void. The Mind Flayer showdown was filmed on a giant soundstage with Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour inside a cage suspended from the ceiling and surrounded by 3 giant blue screen
11.
panels that could be rolled around. Seems pretty cool to
Oh,
shoot,
11.
although with the cage getting jerked around to
11.
emulate the Demodog attacks and a wire harness lifting her up for her superpower ranking,
Oh.
Millie Bobby Brown
Where's
ended
her
up
eyes?
getting nauseous.
Oh, they,
while filming
okay,
the
I was
scene.
wondering if they
Eleven
did contact.
defeats
Maybe that's
the Mind Flayer and closes the gate.
why
Lets us
I was
see
seeing
through
2
the
different
elevator
color eyes
as
for the kid,
Demodogs collapse
for
and fall
the
down
buyer's
chasm
kid.
to their deaths. Poor little
Now there's a
doggies.
different
Some were
color.
brown, some were the black.
Hopper holds
They were doing
11
it
and tells
digitally.
her that she did good enough to earn a denouement.
I
It's
saw
1 month later,
black
and Hawkins' lab has
in
been
the other
closed
color.
thanks to Murray Bowman's story of radiation killing Barb Holland. Glad her parents
she
got some
wearing
closure.
sunglasses?
In a surprising move for anyone who's ever seen Aliens, Owens sticks to his word and gives Hopper a birth certificate for 11, one that says Hopper is her legal father now.
11.
Perhaps even more surprising
Oh,
is that
that's
Billy has kept his word as well, leaving Max alone as she gets ready for the big snowball day.
That look.
Everyone's
Yeah,
getting ready
keep
for the
walking.
snowball, in fact. Getting pigs and learning dance steps and spraying hair. Spraying a lot of hair. Damn, Dustin. Uncle Steve got you styling.
Look like $1 million bucks.
Yeah.
And you
Of course not.
Like a lion.
We're gonna wear it.
Dustin
I'm gonna
swaggers
wear
into
a
the school with his new do and some matching confidence, just in time for a slow song courtesy of Ms. Cyndi Lauper. Lucas stumbles through asking Max to dance,
So smooth.
but gets there in the end. And after Will finds a partner too, Dustin knows it's his turn to try.
Shall we?
No thanks.
Ouch! That's gotta hurt. Aw, and he gets a double heart trouncing? Dustin Henderson don't deserve this pain. Thankfully, Nancy Wheeler is a total effing sweetheart and offers her hand to a teary Dustin so they can dance.
No. Out of all my brother's friends, you're my favorite.
Man, I love this moment.
Don't
Back
leave the
to
little
scene
boy
from the
on.
very first episode of the show, wherein Dustin offered Nancy pizza, only for her to slam a door in his face. I like the specificity of their relationship. That just leaves Mike, and lucky for him, Eleven walks in right as the
My girl!
stalkery pop song to ever chart until the Plain White Tees came along. With her new birth certificate, Eleven's a real girl and can go out in public and dance with boys. Oh, all the boys are dancing and kissing.
Oh,
Kid
wow.
actors were predictably nervous.
I
about
don't.
this scene.
I remember that one. I don't remember the Max
Even
and
her
the other
skits.
kid.
Finn
Yeah,
Wolfhard
no.
tried to make things easier for Brown by telling her under his breath when he was making his move.
We're dancing, and Finn goes like this. I swear he's like a ventriloquist. He was like, okay, I'm coming in.
Yeah, I swear to God. If you look closely, I'm pretty sure you can see me talking to her.
All in all, it's a great night for everyone, but that's to be expected in the magical world of the snowball. At least in the right side up version. The upside down snowball needs some serious decoration work and a no mind flayer policy, because you know that.
That thing, yeah.
Try to spike the pot.
It's
How
that.
many Stranger Things were there when things equals body and stranger equals dead? Let's find out and get to the numbers. No, I said the numbers, not the void. Come on. Where am I even supposed to go in here? Why is it always so
way?
wet?
That way.
Man. I counted 50 kills in Stranger Things 2, almost 3 times as many as the first season. Best I
I
can
wonder if he
tell,
has a
the
mark
victims consisted of
for where,
45 men,
yeah, for where
5
it's specific.
women, 20 indeterminate
When Bubby and Alex
who were all
and
Hawkins
Daddy are
Lab
shooting and
employees
we're
on
doing the
monitors
super
and
stuff,
such. With a season of 9 episodes, that means each episode
and we
had an
use the marks
average
to
of
show us
just
where we
over
stand
5.5 kills. I'll give the
when you're
Golden
watching from the window
Chainsaw
like we don't know.
Kill to Bob Newby, because it was so damn upsetting. Why are you about to do us like that, duffers? That man went to Mordor and back.
Oh, he
Golden
does
Chevy
have
for
a mark.
lamest kill will go to any of the various dead bodies seen laying around
I never
Hawkins
been in
Lab.
his
Those
house,
corpses need to
but
get more
I was
creative.
watching
And that's it. Stranger Things 2 came out in 2017, about 15 months
My
after
daughter
the
is my
first
biggest
season
fan.
premiered. Tomorrow's Halloween, and my treat for you is Idle
And
Hands.
videos on
But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this Kill Count. I want to thank some patrons like Tanner Jackman,
I'm gonna do
Noah
Idle
White,
Hands,
Ethan Lee
but
Brown, Shay,
I've seen
Nathan
Idle
Mankey.
Hands
This
movie
one was
once or
real
twice
tough to get out in time.
myself,
I had
so I'm
all my
gonna do
episodes
that.
working simultaneously on
I'm gonna
both
do this one by
videos.
myself.
I have not slept.
It's got some
so
stuff I don't
long,
want-
but I will soon.
I don't
And
want you
it's worth
seeing.
it to give y'all Halloween treats. And also, my channel's ad revenue goes way up in October, and I have that mortgage to pay. Thanks, everyone. Be good people.
So that is Stranger Things Season 2, Part 2 from the Kill Count. We just had our reaction to it. And again, this is my precious little princess.
Which is Princess Ray.
Princess Sway.
If you wonder what was that meowing, that was baby kittens.
Yeah, one of my cats had kittens, and kittens are actually big enough to be little fluff balls that are running around now.
Yeah, it was Cloud.
Yeah, but I don't think they know who Cloud is. But I'm King Sway,
I'm Princess Ray.
and we're going to see you in the next one.